Welcome to a Fallout 76 episode. Fair warning, I'm inside the PTS and this episode does contain story spoilers. Vault 96 is currently only available through joining a daily op at this location. And there's quite a bit of lore to explore, and I'll tell you, the design is absolutely stunning. We don't have anything like this at all in Fallout 76, and you'll see a bit more of that in a moment. So let's get on to some of the lore of Vault 96 itself. It was designed as an ark for the world's largest cryonic storage facility filled with thousands of animals. They were preserved in stasis, so in the event of a nuclear war, they could be thawed out and then reintroduced to the world. But as we all know, it's Vault-Tec and the government somehow involved, so things don't go exactly as planned. So here's the addendum. Upon sealing Vault 96, the staff of 5 found out that their mission was to conduct genetic experiments to explore potential mutations that may arise in post-nuclear world. And their results were to be transmitted out to external facilities, and the overseer signed weekly quotas, and failure to meet those quotas would result in the termination of underperforming personnel. They were not allowed to exit the vault, and were they not allowed at all to reintroduce native or genetically modified species outside the vault. So that is what happened. It was an ark, but then Vault-Tec changed it that they had to do genetically modified experiments. You can go ahead and read further here if you wish to pause the video. It was actually designed, the actual protocol was designed by Vault-Tec students who ended up getting failing grades. So we know that they always came up with great ideas. Vault-Tec always gave them, that this will never work. Look, grade B, it would never work. So, Vault-Tec basically stole their ideas. And the same here, talking about virus codes and protocol. So these were student developers, and this one got a grade F, that this algorithm would never work. So let's quit out of this computer and let's go explore Vault 96. So I spent about an hour exploring Vault 96. I tried to edit out as much of the daily ops as I could. And then, this thing is about the size of Vault 94. It is massive and it's easy to get lost. At least being a vault, they had a lot of those, lit signs above most of the doorways that I kind of could figure out where I was. There was only one computer I couldn't find and one that was completely inaccessible. So I tried to gather as much lore as I possibly can. The design of the vault is really nice. I can't say anything bad except for the fire barrels didn't fit into the theme. It made it seem like people had died very recently because the fires were still burning. I love the feel and look of it completely under cryogenic explosion or whatever. The fact that it's like an ice vault. There were all kinds of small little dead-end rooms, but I headed to this research wing. And it was just off the atrium area, and I found this. It looks like they had some pods, almost like moths, in some of those tubes. You'll see them off to the left in a sec. I just had to grab this gas mask. When they put things out, you never know if you're going to need them, and I definitely needed one in my stock. You can see some of the tubes there off to the left. That is the rest of the research wing. Looks like they were working on this experiment here. But let's just take a look down there. I see a terminal. So let's just hop down there in a moment and check out that terminal. So this is the kind of stuff they were working on. I don't know if this was one of their genetic mutations that they were waiting to hatch, and then they were going to put them in the chambers for them to kind of fight it out. Those are one of the barrels that I found. It just didn't fit. I like the all cold atmosphere. So let's head. Let's see, where did I go next? I think I headed around this corner and then down the stairs to the terminal. That's right, around to the right. And these are all the research terminals. I wish I could have found out really what happened here. I'll check the Nukipedia and see. I know a lot of people have data mined the information in here, so I might be able to let you know the end story. Where's that terminal? Oh, here it is, around this corner here. There's one of the bodies. So we know there was only 5 people in there. So let's head to the very first terminal. That's not it, and that's not it. There it is. Biology Workstation. This terminal belonged to Molly Cooper, the chief biologist. I'm just going to skim over the research logs, giving you just a quick overview. This was one of the experiments on a mole rat, fine-tuning serum parameters. So they're just beginning their experiments here. This one was on a brown bear, which included growth of multiple limbs and regeneration. Feel free to just pause these and read. There's so much information. This on a gray wolf, pyrogenesis. It actually self-cremated itself. Wow. And another violent chemical reaction caused the wolf's body to explode. And on this last entry, this was shape-shifting or shifting using a bloatfly. So it had other things embedded in its torso, causing it to die immediately. They were doing some sick experiments. Whoa. Okay, let's see what her personal logs have to say. And on the first one, we have... It's not the quotas that bother me. Awful as the system is, we can do 4 credits a week. But I can't stomach what we're doing to earn them. We should be protecting these animals, not abusing them in one forced experiment after another. And then we stick them in the test chambers to make them fight, to see which mutation is stronger. Nina always was a workaholic. I had to plan our dates, but she always made time for me. So Nina and Molly were a couple. Now she works way past midnight, always trying to get a jump ahead on the quotas, which are now over 200 a week. And she talks about having a dog named Wolf, and they talked about Nina's new flaming mutation. She caught fire, burned from the inside out, right there on the operating table. I swear she looked at me right at the end, right before her face melted away. She just looked like Vera. And it was when she was 10, she had a Malamute called Wolf. Boy, they did some sick experiments down here. She's dead. I can't believe she's dead. I tried to stop them. I jumped in front of the Assaultron. It threw me down and just blasted her in front of all of us. Her body fell over me. Hans tried to grab her, but I saw it. Her head was gone. I can't do this. Not anymore. Not without Nina. It's possible at this point that Molly may have taken her own life. We never know. Maybe it's on one of the other terminals. Yeah, this is quite a lot of interesting information on these terminals. And this is just the first one. There is a body here. And you can see way down there in the distance, there is a headless, I think it's a male body. So I don't think it's Nina's body. But there's quite a number. We're looking for a total of 5. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's one of the test chambers, test chamber 4. At the back of the test chambers, there runs a utility tunnel, and there's doors at the back of the test chambers. There are, 1, 4, 5, and there's still another body somewhere else. So there was actually 6. That body was actually in the test chamber, so that may not have been one of the scientists. There's really not much in these chambers. Looks like they all cleared out. So we're seeing, oh, that looks like a military person. They might have been in there before. So yeah, you can go into these little chambers, take a look around. And like I said, there are doorways at the back. I'm trying to find the next terminal. Believe me, sneaking around here is good. I made my way through the cryogenics wing. And this is where they stored all the thousands and thousands of animals that they were doing the experiments on. They'd be in these little pods here. And that room up there was the sensor lab. I didn't find too much interesting in there, and definitely not a terminal that I could explore. So I tried wandering around through here, seeing if I could find another terminal to find some more information. And still have fun exploring. This place, like I said, you could spend easily an hour exploring in here, and you will not be kicked out of the daily op as long as you don't finish the daily op. So sneaking is king. This was the gas storage facility. And the workroom, I think I found a terminal not far from here in one of the hallways. I walked right past it the first time I completely missed. There it is. Go back, go back. I need to go back and get that terminal. There's another body, so that makes 6. And that one actually said Vault Dweller on it. Let's try and avoid the mole miners. Okay, let's go back up to that terminal. Oh, wait, no, I found this one in the robotics lab. That's right. We'll go back to the one in the hallway in a moment. Off to my left there in robotics is our next terminal. And this one belongs to Jeanette Higgins. Let's take a look. Work orders. It's trying to load. Come on, computer. Nothing under there, just 3 personal logs. This is sick. I knew Eric was a bastard, but I never imagined he'd sign up for something like this. What were they thinking? Pick 5 top scientists, lock them up, and work them to death, all for some insane genetic experiment? Damn them. Next up, let's see. The second entry. If this research was so damn important, why just us? Why don't we have a full team of people who actually know shit about biology? Nina and Molly are running the show. The rest of us are just glorified support staff. Jeanette, fix this. Protectron. Hans, stop this cryo leak. Eric, just get out of the way. What the hell is Eric doing? Nina really is struggling. We've all been pitching in. So basically, Eric just sits up in the overseer's office. And now Jeanette is on her way. I'm going to give that asshole a piece of my mind. So who knows? Maybe she was killed by Eric. And let's see if we can get another terminal. We'll double back and see if we can find that other one I passed by. Well, this was kind of cool. This is the Mainframe Chamber. This one was a really nice design. In fact, as you can see right under those 4 monitors or so, I missed that terminal. And it was the mainframe access terminal. It had no real information besides saying everything had shut down and that the EMS system was now active. Under all 3 entries, it said exactly the same thing. I can't believe I missed this one. It wasn't really lit up or glowing or anything, so it's very possible. Plus, you're trying to avoid all of the mole miners down here. So they talked about the vacuum tubes there. And then if you turn around at this location and jump up where I am now, you'll find another machine. As you can see, these things are so easy to pass by. So they actually had a quantum research lab. It says that all systems were stable. I did try exporting this audio recording, but it went nowhere. It was a dead end. I'll try and check the Nukipedia to see if anybody has a transcript of it. Basically, they did some quantum research, but there were absolutely no details. I did check under here to see if there was an audio file. And let's skip over to my items and go over to holotapes. This is where I am, decryption in Vault 96. So let's go over to holotapes and see if I inherited a holotape of some kind. But no, I accidentally clicked on the master holotape, which we don't need. But anyway, there was nothing. So yeah, this was kind of a dead end in terms of the quantum research. Whether or not we'll find out more of the lore history inside Vault 96, only time will tell. And bad mole rats. There we go. Moving on. I'm leaving you guys some rooms to explore on your own. There was this archives area. It was a dead end. I'm here. I think that was the work room off to the left there. I found the engineering workstation. This would be Hans Memling's. He's the chief engineer. This is his terminal. There were no work orders listed under him, so let's just skip on down to personal logs. And there are 3. Didn't expect a quiet retirement, did you, Hans? If it wasn't this, it would have been something else. Personal cryopod, etc., etc. He said, keeping this place running by myself should keep me on my toes. So let's head down to the second personal log. Have to say I'm disappointed. Aside from the mainframe and research lab, the tech here is a couple of years out of date. Give me another year or two and I'll make some real improvements around this place. So apparently they just threw in some old tech in this vault. And let's go to the last one. What's in Bay 86? Molly and Nina asked me to track down X001, some specimen the mainframe won't release from cryo. It didn't show up in the database, so I decided to take my own inventory. There are 85 cryogenics bays, except at the back of Bay 85, there's a door. Tungsten plated, military access control, top of the line stuff. And if you look through the grating, it's just a single room, all concrete with one cryopod. I swear I saw something move in there, and that would be cryopod X001. So I tried looking. All I found was, I think, Bay 1. I did not find Bay 85 or 86 and look in the back, so I wish I'd found it. I'm going to go take another look inside and see, but I think it's just deeper into Vault 96. Yep, sorry about that. This is Cryonics Bay 1. So, like I said, trying to find Bay 85, I don't think it really exists. There were so many of these. At first, I thought it was those little pods that were the white with the little clear door. I thought those were cryonic pods. I started looking there, but this looks more like it, except I not ever find Bay 85. So, and this was just off the atrium. I was trying to find a way up there. It's the overseer's office. One second. The overseer's office. That would have been where Eric's terminal is. And it is, you guessed it, inaccessible. I figured maybe finishing, the op would open it up or something, but frankly, I didn't get that far. So I'll never know. It does say inaccessible. I don't see why doing an op would suddenly open up this door, unless it's going to be for a different mode in the ops version. So that left me with a bit of a mystery there. So I'm going to leave you guys here at Vault 96. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you out in the wasteland.